Hey yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the BreauRips YouTube channel. Today we're going to be hopping into the very first premium set of the Scarlet and Violet era review series. It's going to be 151 and we're excited to hop into it. We don't have a booster box because it is a premium set. Only comes in ETBs, booster bundles, stuff along those lines, mini tins. So you got to find your packs a different way. But that's all right, because we got 6 of these bad boys on the docket for today. So we're still going to be looking through a booster box worth of packs and having a good time with that. So let's jump right on into it and let's get ripping. All right, fellow rippers, here we are with our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 booster bundles here, ready to rock. I'm going to get these all ripped open and we're going to take a look and see what's inside of it. Voila. Here we are, back with 36 packs all broken down. 36 packs of 151. Pretty crazy. Let's start with our first first stack here. Let's see where it goes. So 151, very, very popular, but there was a time where it was very easy to find some 151. So we do have hollow energies in this, which is always fun. Trying to look for the 4 swirl and up hollow energies is personally a fun little chase that I like to do in the set. And then also trying to find the HD swirls are also a lot of fun as well. Just good little mini chase to have in the set. HD swirl, you'll know when you see one. It's very, very clear. It's not like the little dotted line swirls that you're used to seeing. Very defined, very, very clear, very HD, as you could say. So we got Eradicate, an Executey, and an Aerodactyl there. So yeah, pros, 151. We're looking at the nostalgia factor. The huge driving factor of 151 brought a whole bunch of people that might not have been interested in Scarlet and Violet era stuff. Got them back in, roped them back in real quick with some nostalgic factors, and just a fun set to open and really pay a nice little homage to the OG 151. So that's always fun, especially as somebody who was into Pokemon collecting as a kid. And we're seeing 2 Lucky Leaf shiny energies starting us off here. Just going through and seeing all the cards again and seeing all the Pokemon, seeing how they reworked it, all that stuff was just a lot of fun. So very enjoyable there. If you're a nostalgic collector and were into it as a kid. Other pros, the big 3 getting their evolutionary lines, and the Jinx EX there added in here and being big chases of the set. I don't know, that just adds back to the nostalgic factor, right? We're going back to chasing the Venusaur, the Charizard, the Blastoise. Just awesome callback to the first one, plus adding a lot of other very cool cards that are also chases in 151. Just make it a lot of fun and throw it back to that. So, ooh, nice little Charbaka EX full art. There we go. Got an EX and a full art on the board. Like I said, there was a long period of time where you could find a lot of 151. It was on the shelf all the time. Obviously, it's very, very popular now and very hard to get a hold of. But that wasn't always the case there. Wasn't always the case. So, if you're able to get your hands on it, obviously beneficial, but now it's just very, very difficult. So it was in print for a very long time, and it's still in differing little premium boxes, whether it's not Sea and Sky, wrong set, whether it's Bloom and Waters, or you're still seeing booster bundles released out there and whatnot. So still some ways to get it, but getting a little bit harder nowadays. Okay, upside down. Yo, the Spoony Boy, Alakazam EX SIR, kicking us off here on the bigger SIR hits. One of my personal favorite arts in this set. I love the Alakazam vibe going on here. Just cool lighting in this. He's sitting there doing his psychic work. Getting those spoons levitating. Look at that art. How could you not like that? So beautiful. They did introduce the Master Ball and Pokeball reverse subsets, which is really cool. It's a very, very fun thing. We will also do a Japanese version opening of a booster box of 151, just to kind of look at those and talk about it a little bit more. But I thought that was awesome. Adds a whole another kind of Zapdos. Adds a whole other kind of chase in master setting, and just a really fun vibe opening the Japanese products that have that subset in it. So they also did for English. We finally get our taste, and even though it's very difficult to pull, still the chance is there. Get a chance at a God Pack. So that's always a fun thing in any kind of set. Just getting a Dragonair illustration rare. Ooh, beauty of a card. Just like, that's such a well-designed card. It looks flowy, wispy. It's got the water vibes of Dragonair with the kind of, I don't know. It's just very, very pretty card. Very much like it. So that's our first illustration rare of 151, and not a bad one to pull. But yeah, as I was saying, you do have the ability to pull a God Pack from 151 English, which is amazing. You get the God Pack variants, which is full hits all throughout the pack, and then you also get the Demigod variant, which is all of the hit slots. The normal hit slots of a pack are all hits, so usually an evolutionary line, which is very cool. We did recently on one of our streams pull a Venusaur, the Bulbasaur line Demigod pack, which is amazing. That was our first one that we've ever pulled, so shout out Sheriff, and congrats on getting that bad boy. But we're hoping on a video we can pull a nice little God Pack. Ooh, we got 4 swirls on that bad boy. 1, 2, 3, and 4 right down there. That's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Nice 4 swirl energy, blessing us with its presence. As well, we already have an SIR. Come on, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling, 151. Let's keep it rolling. Let's talk about some cons of the set. Obviously we were talking about a little bit how difficult it is to get a hold of now, and 151 kind of blew up as far as hype went when the hype train rolled back in. Not that it really ever left, but when it started going a little bit crazy in Pokemon, 151 was a huge driver of that. So made it very difficult to Mew EX. Nice. Made it very difficult to get a hold of and get your hands on product, because a lot of people were scooping it up, whether or not for scalping, for collecting, for ripping, whatever the case may be. 151 was heavily targeted with all of that, and it still is to this day. So that's something that's just a con. It's not necessarily a bad thing all the way through, but it is always a bummer when it's really hard to get product, especially for people who want to rip it open. Ooh, interesting. Got like almost like a little bit of a misprint energy. Very minimal Cosmo foil on this side, where it's like all on that side. So it's kind of cool. Lapras, Flareon, ooh, and a Gyarados. Some people, another con, some people, weren't around for the OG 151, or maybe they like a lot of the modern stuff better. They don't really want throwback sets to the old ones. So 151 didn't quite scratch the itch for them if they weren't in it for the nostalgia or any of the other stuff. 151 really wasn't it. So you did hear that feedback from some people that 151's kind of just a meh set for them. They weren't super into it. They don't understand all the hype, all that good stuff. So that's the thing. That's very valid too. Not everybody's going to be into every set, and the nostalgia is not going to be there for everybody. So ooh, Erica's Invitation SIR with some of the craziest texturing out of the 151 cards. I would even argue too on the Japanese variant, probably one of the craziest textured cards I've seen. So there we go. We've satisfied the double hit criteria on not necessarily a booster box, but We got a booster bundle box. There we go. How about that? 2 SIRs. We got the Erica's Invitation and the Alakazam SIR pulled so far. And we still got a little ways to go. Let's see if we can't keep adding on to this. And also checking that box of a God Pack. How about that? That'd be sweet to do on a video, especially reviewing all of the Scarlet and Violet era sets. What better way to do that than by getting a God Pack and seeing all the arts to show off and display? Yeah, hard to find product without dying. That was on the cons list. You know, people, obviously, a lot of us saw the videos, saw the craziness that came around to, you know, Blooming Waters and really Pokemon in general. But you saw it a lot with the 151 products and people physically harming other people in stores and doing just the most insane stuff to each other. That is just absolute nonsense. So don't be those people, please. Hobby doesn't need that. There's literally nothing that comes from any of that. If we're physically harming ourselves over Pokemon products, we need to heavily rethink life, and maybe you shouldn't be into Pokemon at all if that's the case. So consider this your invitation to leave the hobby and reevaluate some things. The Venusaur SIR, it's probably my favorite out of the 3, with the Blastoise being a very close second. Not a huge fan of the Zarge, you know, definitely, obviously it's a Zarge and it's cool to pull and all that stuff, but it's not my favorite looking Zarge out of some of the other ones. So yeah, Venusaur, Blastoise, and then Zard for me is kind of where I would rank those. The Venusaur is just, it's an exceptional card. So nice, we pulled it twice. Erica's inviting us with 2 invitations to her little garden and greenhouse. All right, there we go. And a Wigglytuff, full art. Bubbly little Wigglytuff there. That's coming in as well. So we are pulling 3 SIRs from 151. 2 of them being the same with Erica. And now a Wigglytuff. And just look at that card. Look at how well themed it is. How beautifully designed it is. It just works. Okay. I do also love that they did and continued the trend through of continuous arts in 150. Oh, Squirtle. Beauty of a pull here. This one is, oh my goodness. Their execution of all of these starting, and a Charizard EX just chilling behind it for a nice little twofer there. Looks like we got, what, maybe 6 packs left? Take a look here and see. But right now, I mean, we're on a pretty good roll right here. Would love to see apparently Erica's night, and she really wants us to go somewhere, so she's inviting us all over the place. A little bit bigger than the other one. Maybe a God Pack. Not that how it works, but we can wish. We can only wish. These are all coming from booster bundles. We'll slow pull the last 3 here. Farfetch'd, the old Amber, Rapidash, Nidorina, Raticate, Lapras, Victreebel, and an Aerodactyl. Just laser beaming everybody. But just such a cool trip down the nostalgic avenue that is Pokemon, right? Going all the way back to the beginning, pulling some really cool things. They did some really cool arts, introduced some really cool things with 151 that I think is awesome. Definitely something that they need to continue doing with some other sets. And I mean, if we're talking Johto, we're going to Johto 151 at some point. Sign me up, baby. I'm there. I think that's a great thing that they can do down the line with a lot of other series and expansions that they can go through and do kind of a throwback set like this, but kind of redo it, just introduce some really cool factors to it. I think it's a great idea. Are we getting... Just see 3 on that one. This is last pack here. So we got a Shelter, Bellsprout, Horsea, Oh, can't grab the cards. Nidoran, Erica's, Magneton, Nidoqueen, Marowak, Bellsprout, and a Golem EX on our last pack to end the Looster box of 151. So we got quite a few energies there. I'm going to put these there and all of our EXs. We got all of our energies, so we got stacked over there. You have the holo variants, as I mentioned before. You got the Golem EX, Charizard EX, Mew EX, Jinx EX. We got Squirtle, illustration rare, Wigglytuff, full art, beautiful. Dragonair, illustration rare, gorgeous card, love it. Arbok EX, full art. Zapdos EX, full art. Erica's Invitation, Trainer, full art. The Erica's Invitation SIR, and not just one, but we're going a second time. We got two of them. Erica's Invitation there again, and the Alakazam EX SIR, heavily off-centered, but we still love them anyways. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here and going through a walk back through time on Japanese, well, in just 151. So check out our next video that we'll release in the series. We are going to open up a box, just a booster box, one of Japanese 151. We're going to double up a little bit on 151, and then we're going to move on to one of my personal favorite sets as we kick back off the series after that Japanese box. We're going to be going through and doing a little bit of Paradox Rift next. So love that one. Excited to jump into that. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the series too. I would love to hear down below which of your favorite top three, OG top three, not top three, OG big three evolution lines is your favorite. Got the Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. I want to hear down below which one you're choosing and why. So leave that in the comments, and I would love to hear back from you as we continue through the series here. As always, make sure you hit the like button if you liked what you saw today. Hit the subscribe button if you like and want to see more of our content, and then turn those notifications on so anytime we go live, you get notified and we can see you around on some live streams or some other videos. We would just love to see you. Hit all the buttons. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, stay safe, and keep on ripping.